Well, Tubes, how's it going today? So, I guess you could say like a day after the snowstorm now. Um, really wasn't too bad. Like, I'm not, really complaining about it, Man, I learned how to stack snow finally. Fucking right, I know how to stack snow now, boys. I'll tell you what, I'll show you, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. I need to find my words. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Turn on light. So, yeah, my pole light's still not fixed yet. Well, they won't probably come into Monday now. So, whenever they decide to get the wheel loader down here, so they can clean that mess out. Ah, my hand's caught. And I got a kitty cat in heat, and my one cat that stays at the farm, the big boy, he's back over here again. I think that's on. I don't know what the hell that is, but so yeah. So it's no longer snowing out. It's slightly windy. It's not super huge, not super bad, but I'm not gonna complain about it. So I managed to do lots of plowing. As you can see, my big wonderful stacks. And I show. Where the fuck are my words? Jesus Christ. But the stuff's so nice and light and fluffy that it took no time, of course, to knock it out. And fucking row plug guy, like I figured, when we get snow like this, when it's really not super bad, but then in a way it's kind of bad, they'll only plow the main roads. They won't even bother, with these back roads. So of course, I had to do the one to the farm, but I don't know if I'm going to do that too much longer because I'm getting sick of it. It's not so bad, but in a way, it's just a lot of plowing snow. It's a lot to deal with when I got so much of my own to deal with. And now today, it's like 22 above out, so I don't know if it'll snow anymore or not, but it fucking better quit. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of it. For a whole week, on and off, it's been snowing like a bitch. And this light fluffy stuff, it's actually a lot easier to stack than the hard crap. I'll show you here in a minute. I might have to show you now, I guess. It'll be a little windy, so I don't know what you guys are going to hear. But, now my pole light won't last too long. I might have to show you in the daylight, but, I'm going to show you, I guess, we're already running out of space. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it. I might have to show you guys in the morning, but if you guys look right there, a big humongous snowbank, if I can get some light on it. Let me see if I can get some light on this for you. Probably not. I'm not going to focus, but you can kind of see that little hump there. That's a snow pile. I actually stacked that shit pretty high. And of course I'm running out of room here. I need to plow it again or do something with it. I don't know what. So there's a kitty cat. Snow cats. I even pushed some snow across the street. So, but yeah, this snow is definitely, I'm definitely not liking it. And let me get to the shop and freaking knob cars. Freaking morons. No cats again. Yeah, I was going to try to get out earlier today and show you guys that snowbank, but of course I didn't make it out. Plow's not even freaking low enough there. But today, I don't know what happened. Can't quite remember what happened, but or how it happened. But I was plowing snow, you know, and I was going up to a you know, to stack the shit, and something happened. I don't know if I hit some ice somewhere or something, but then I broke the cable again. So, but luckily that was an easy fix, you know. It wasn't too bad. I was only down for probably about 5 minutes, you know, just to take the roller off, those roller thingies off, and then find the tip again. Push that, you know, pull it out again, and then re-loop it all again, of course, and stuff. I had put it together, and then it just, I guess it wasn't tight enough, or something was wrong, and it was kind of slipping. So then I had to come back to the garage there again and reclamp it. I think it was just the way I had the cable sitting, it was kind of slipping. So this time I put her on. I got it even tighter than I've ever gotten it tightened before. I just used the, it's kind of hard to use the, that ratchet, you know, with the sockets and crap. But it goes a lot easier if just use the damn vice grips. I did put one of them in Big Red. So Big Red's got one now. I do have the other one for the tractor, but I'll keep that in the house for now because I'm not using the tractor right now. So I'm not going to bother with putting it in there. So, oh, this lovely snow. Freaking bullshit. But I think I have another problem, boys. I don't know from what, but it's probably not good. But there's really nothing I can do about it. But I think my snow plow and the frame and everything, she's pretty sure I'll just wore right out. I don't even know if it's really if it's fixable. I just seem to have a lot of slop in it now. I just, you know, I mean, after 4 years of plowing, and you know, I've been plowing a hell of a lot. You know, I'm probably due for a new son of a bitch. I think the blade's alright. It would be just to be that mount that you would have to replace. So, but yeah, she's got a lot of slop and crap in her. Now, I do mind you that I do have a loose bolt, but that's for so you can angle the thing. I really don't tighten them a lot because I need to be able to angle the blades, so probably will snug it up a little bit, but not, you know, super tight. I probably could use a couple turns and then it would be good again, but I probably should be using a locking nut. I think that's just a regular nut. That's probably why it slips. I suppose if I put a locking nut on, it would keep it in place a little more, you know. But I think this summer we're going to have to really work on that plow and try to figure out what the hell's wrong with it. It just seemed to have so much, every time I ram into a snowbank, I can feel something like there's a lot of space between something, and then it bangs, you know. And then sometimes, when you suck in the cable, and it picks the plow up, it's just like the plow actually comes back, and then you can pick it up again. So there's like a lot of slop in that freaking connector dewey. That, you know, you can hook it up, you know, to Big Red, the frame part, you know, with all the quick attach crap on it. I think that's pretty much wore out, boys. I also know that, well, I think another reason why there's a lot of slop in her is because now, you know, you can angle the blade, right? Well, you have that little handle and you pull the spring, and then that pulls the dewey out of its little, now it's not holes, it's just like notches in the frame, so you can angle your blade left or right. Well, I think since I keep my blade mostly straight, and of course, you know, when you ram snowbanks, it tries to turn the plow, but, you know, it doesn't turn because that dewey's keeping it back, or keeping it straight. Well, I kind of wonder if maybe that hole's not getting, or that notch is maybe getting gnawed out now. It's just getting a little wider. the only thing I could really think of doing to fix it would be, well, for one, take it apart. And maybe just take the welder to it and just weld on some metal. I don't even think you have to really weld metal on. You could just, pretend that you're welding crap on there, and just let the wire melt there. And that, of course, would turn into steel, and then there you go, right? You just grind it smooth again. That's really the only thing I can think of to eliminate that freaking slop, because it wouldn't do any good to weld on metal, because you wouldn't really be able to get it right to make it smooth, so you could rotate it. Well, I suppose if you grinded the living shit out of it, you could, but I don't know. I just hope it lasts me for the rest of this winter, because, I got about another 2 months of this crap to go through. So, but I don't know, I just, either that son of a bitch is wore out now and I need a new one, or I don't know what to do. I don't know, and I don't know what to do, because I don't have money for a new mount or a new frame, because those things are freaking expensive. So I'm not really willing to spend that kind of money right now. I shouldn't really have to. But it seems like when things are quick attached, they get played out a lot quicker than things that are bolted together. So, I guess what can you do? The quick attach stuff is pretty good, but she just gets so damn wore out. And we got a Bobcat coming. Yay, Bobcat action! Yeah, they were even cleaning out their school today too a little bit there. The road grader won't clean the back roads; he only just cleans the fucking main highways. Hey, kitty, kitty, where you going? Where you going? Where's Big Boy at, huh? Crazy cat. Got cats hanging all over my place. So, now here he comes finally. What are you doing, big boy? You're not coming in here. Your girlfriend went that way. Your girlfriend went that way. Go get her. Go get her. Go. Bobcat. And I think this is the ex-mayor. He's got a Bobcat, but I think it's mostly for his company, but, well, for the company that he works for. Unfortunately, the camera's not going to focus on that, because there's nothing for it to focus on, besides a blob of light. So yeah, I wish I could get me in one of those bobber cats. So, I think my camera's going to focus even on that at all. Let's get the focus on that light. Yeah. Unfortunately, she's not going to focus tonight, boys. Isn't that just lovely, eh? Bobcat action, and it won't even focus. Stupid camera. Oh well, it's pretty old and wore out too. So, like I said, boys, I don't know what I'm going to do, because she's just so wore out, I think. I mean, I check all the bolts. I check the bolts. When you pull on the purple cable, that's supposed to pull the dewey's to release your plow. I checked the bolts on them. They seem tight. Like I can't turn them by hand, so I figured they're plenty tight. So I just don't know what else to do to it. So he's got a broken light in the back too. Oh well, that's his problem, not mine. But so yeah, I just don't know what to do, boys. She's pretty. I don't know, this year it's just been so freaking snowing a lot, and I'm always plowing, never freaking quits. And there's one guy that says that for his company that they do snow removal too, and they're out at 2 or 3 in the morning, plowing snow. I guess for other people or other companies or whatever that are stupid that they don't want to come out. And he was out, he thinks that I got it easy. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not out at 2 or 3 in the morning plowing, but this for me is hell. I mean, your job's probably hell for you, but, you know, at least, you know, you can move tons of freaking snow and not have to worry about it, right? So, I mean, I really can't. So I'm running out of room to stack already, pretty much. Well, not too bad, but, you know, I could definitely use a lot more space here, but I think if I just come here and push this some more out, I probably could get more space. I really should be just taking it right down to the damn alley here. You know, I think next year I'll try that, just try to take it right to the alley. I usually don't bother going that far with it because I don't really need to ever stack snow that much, really. And normally I usually keep this open too, you know, so I have like a little driveway here. I figure, well, really, what's the point? Because I'm not really going to ever be putting anything back here in the wintertime. And plus, another thing is, I'm making it all that I'm making it more easier for people to, you know, break into my shop, you know, and I don't think they'd be really stupid enough to try to climb over a big, huge snowbank that's, you know, 5 feet tall or whatever the fuck it is, you know. So, but yeah, I was gonna tell you too, the way I got it figured out for stacking snow, which I'm sure people that stack snow with a plow probably learn pretty quick. But, you know, it depends on what kind of snow you got too. This light, fluffy crap is easy to stack. You know, when you get the wet, heavier crap, it's kind of, it's hard to move it. It takes a lot of power, so. The way I figured it for stacking this light, crappy stuff here, you know, right before you get to your snowbank or your snow stack, right before it, you just start picking up the plow. And as you keep going, then you just keep picking it up. Like, it's hard to explain, but I could do it in a video. But you know, I already stacked this shit now, so I was gonna fire up the GoPro again, but I kind of figured who wants to watch another stupid snow plowing vid. But, like, usually my way of stacking this shit would be just to ram it, you know. But, ramming it, I think, just makes it all the more wore out, you know. But, you know, when you get the wet, heavier crap, you have no choice but to ram it, because it just ain't going anywhere at regular speeds, you know. But, what can you do, right? But if you get right to the snowbank, I suppose kind of right just a little bit before it, just start picking it up, and then as you keep driving, the plow will keep going up, right, and it'll actually, if you got a small snowbank kind of like this, then your snow will just go right over it. And then you just keep doing that, and then, you know, before you know it, you got a big huge snowbank there. So we got one over at the corner of the house there. Well, that was because I took from the corner of the house all the way to the end of the house. I had the blade straight, so I was picking up that whole bit of snow there. I had to do it twice because the first time, of course, the snow would fall over the plow there. So I had to go back and make that second swipe again, but that's not too bad. But when the stuff's nice and light and fluffy, you know, I could just give her and go. I plowed my driveway. Normally I just do it in low range. Well, I did it in high range, and that's, you know, it's just a freaking flying. So it didn't take me too long to do the driveway and the mailbox. Well, of course, that stuff has to get stacked. So, but yeah. So, I mean, I got a good snowbank going on here now, too. But unfortunately, I'm kind of running, well, I'm not running out, but there's a little bit right here I think could have been shoved a little more and would have gave me about another foot of room. So, whatever. You know how it goes. So, but yeah, I think she's wore out, boys. I think she's pretty well wore out. I don't know what else to really do to it. It's too late to be working on it. I'm sick and tired of working on it. Sick and tired of plowing. It's getting old already. You know, two more months to this bullshit. I'm afraid for here, you know, if we keep getting snow like this, I'll probably be out of room. I'll have to just start doing it by hand because there won't be any room to, you know, to stack the shit unless I make more. But, you know, the rest of that snow's pretty hard now, so she won't be really doing anything. won't be going anywhere. And Savage Namar, if you remember, I don't know if you'll remember this or not, but you were talking to me about take it easy on the roads. You're icy, you fuckhead. You were talking about the blade. You asked if it was spring-loaded, you know, for, you know, tripping. Spring-loaded. Well, you know, it is. But the thing is that the springs are so freaking tight. Like, they haven't really been broken in or anything. They're still tight as shit. Well, I don't know what the hell happened here. It was somewhere along here, somewhere or something. I don't know. But the damn thing actually tripped a little bit. Now, it didn't go right over, but it, you know, went a little ways, and it pulled on those springs for the first time in, like, who knows how many years. Because usually, you know, for an ATV, you know, it's just gonna not, it ain't gonna trip. I don't even know why they even bother putting springs on there, but, you know, it's for insurance, so just in case, but, because usually when I've hit icy shit, you know, or anything, I'll just break the damn winch cable, or I'll just stop, or I'll start turning, like, you know, it'll actually turn the whole machine. I've never tripped it, you know, so, which is it was kind of amazing to see that, because that's the first time that's ever happened. Like, it only went, like, you know, like a few inches, so it wasn't much, but at least it gave those springs a little bit of a damn workout. So, and there was a guy that was talking about the welder crap and plasma cutter and stuff and crap, and I don't know if maybe he didn't get what I was saying or what, or I mean, I don't know, but he was saying that I should be careful for when hi kitty cat, what are you doing, big boy? He was saying that I should be careful when I plasma cut and weld, because since my shop is made out of wood, I could, you know, easily burn the thing down. And get out of here. Get out. And I was telling him to not, you know, to keep my shop from burning down, I could just get some thin steel. Like, I wasn't talking of like paper, like steel. Kind of like, you know, steel, like, you know, and the chunky crap, but not the, see, this is just a plank of wood here, but something maybe a little thinner than that, but, you know, it doesn't curl or anything, it doesn't fold up, right? It's just like a chunk of steel. And I figured what I could do was just, you know, drill through it and then just screw it down to the wall. So I have, you know, I don't know if you can see this, like, you know, chunks of, I'm not going to have to do the whole shop, I don't think, because I'm really not going to be throwing sparks everywhere, you would think. And plus, when I grind, you know, well, when I do grind, I usually try to blow the sparks out the door, but sometimes, you know, it goes that way. When I grind my blades in the vise, the sparks go that way, of course, towards the paint, which is probably most likely flammable. So, I got dizzy doing that. Holy crap. So, that's just, you know, he's talking about putting insulation in the walls and putting drywall on. He says that stuff's pretty fireproof. Well, yeah, I'm sure it'll work. I don't see why not, but that's just what I'm thinking. If you just put plates of steel on the wall, like, you know, thin stuff, you know, and that should be good enough. Like, because the sparks are not going to get past the plates. So, and then you could probably still put your insulation behind it. And, you know, and if sparks are hitting it, well, I mean, it's not going to get the plate hot, I don't think, because the sparks cool off, you know, pretty quick, so. And then he was saying something about plasma cutting, or welding, or something, whatever the hell he was talking about. I don't know if he was talking about this workbench here or not. But he's saying that it would probably catch fire if I tried to do, and then he said something about putting that it wouldn't work putting a chunk of steel on this table. You know, well, I'm not going to do any of that stuff on this table because, you know, it's obviously made out of wood and it's not fireproof or anything. This is just going to be a workbench, you know, here a little bit. But for my welding and plasma cutting, it's all going to happen on a steel workbench or on the concrete or outside, right? Nothing's going to go on here, you know. Well, unless I break it, then I can put it on there and work on it, but, you know. And then, I think it was Double O Strike or something that said, well, if you got a welder, which I do, he was saying, why not just buy the chunks of steel and stuff and make your own workbenches, which is actually not a bad idea. Because really all you need is 4 posts, and then, you know, some side deweys, you know, for strength, you know, and then a top plate of steel, and then you could just weld it all, you know, together. It really wouldn't be a bad idea because I can really go as big as I want. So, I'll try to get my camera sitting in my hand a little better there. So, you know, I mean, I could probably make a table for less than what the ones are worth on Northern Tools. You know, they're asking $250 and up. I probably could make mine for less than probably $100. You know, and then yeah, another thing is too. When I was talking about the air compressor and the quick coupler duties so I can run my impact gun and a plasma cutter off, you know, one Dewey or off the same air compressor. They do make quick couplers where you can run more than one machine off one air compressor. I think it's the right size connectors for what I need. It's just, I think it's like I don't know how long it is, but it's not too long. And then it will, it'll split that one, you know, connector Dewey into 3, you know, and that's already got the quick couplers on it. So all you gotta do is get the ones for your machine or your hose or whatever, and then there you go, right? So I think that's the right size that would fit to my, you know, my air compressor or my new one that I want to get. So I think we could just do that, really. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check it out, and then well, if they still have it, I think they should, but. And then so what I can do now, I think they make piping crap too, so you can run your air and stuff off of that. I'd rather just go with flexible hose, but. Really, I don't want 25 feet. Really, I probably only need about 15 or 10. Probably not even that, because it's only going from here. Then it's going to go up, you know, above and then right down to my plasma cutter. And then for my air tools, well, they're going to have their own hose for that. So, like the smallest one that you can get is 25 feet. And that's kind of stupid. So, really, all I need is about 10 or 15. But, you know, whatever. You know, and then what we'll do is we'll just run that hose up and over there and right down to the plasma cutter, and then put in another Dewey for that. And then they're talking about been watching some videos and stuff too, and they were talking of a moisture filter. And it's probably a good idea to put one on there, because I'm sure I got moisture in my air compressor in my old one. You know, and I don't know about the new one, but. Well, the new one will probably get it eventually, so it's probably just, you know, it's cheap insurance, so. But yeah, so. I don't know, boys. So. Hopefully we can get something figured out sooner or fucking later. And, hopefully we can get this shop figured out good enough and, be done with it, right? Well, yeah, I think we'll probably just end up doing that. I'll probably just, well, I'm definitely going to insulate them. I mean, if I got to drywall them, why not just put insulation behind it too then? Might as well. You know, it kind of leaks, but what can you do? It does leak down at the bottom, so I probably could, well, I guess just let it rot, I guess like everything else does, so. I don't know. You don't have to go quite all the way down, I guess. So probably should, but then again, I don't know. And that freaking snowcat's pissing me off. I can hear that, and you guys probably can't hear it, but I can. It's ticking me off. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do most of these walls. So freaking snowcats. Somebody's just giving her. They're on the south side of town now. So, wish I had a snowcat. It'd be kind of cool, but I don't. So whatever. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to probably insulate all the walls, even though I probably should. Because I guess it wouldn't probably really make much sense to just do one side of the wall. But I kind of like the in the wall kind of thing, you know. I got the shelf that kind of goes in there and gives me a little bit more shelf, you know. But I guess if you just get a stud finder and find your studs, you could get some good sized shelving in there, and then, you know, there you go, alright? So this shelf here, this one I put in myself, and you know, it still needs its middle dewey. Needs one in the middle too. I got it up there, I just haven't put it in yet. I probably should have, but you know, we'll do it in spring. You know, and if you want to insulate these walls and you know, and drywall them, it's going to take up a little bit of space. Not much, but whatever. It ain't going to hurt it anyway. So, but yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens. My light is dying. Uh oh. She didn't get much of a charge, I guess, today. It did. Maybe we'll turn it off for a little bit. Then I've been on here for 30 minutes talking. Maybe we'll just turn it off for a little bit, let it rejuice itself a little bit. Don't really need it on anyway, I guess, but yeah, you know, it would be nice, boys. I think if we do insulate the walls, I think even if we just insulate them and drywall it, I don't know if I'll do the ceiling because the ceiling would be such a damn bitch to do. I might just throw some insulation up there and then some plastic, and that's probably good enough, but kind of lost track of what the hell I was talking about. Yeah, well, I think if we just insulate the walls and stuff and drywall, that should keep the shop actually a lot warmer. I don't know exactly how much warmer, but you just gotta remember too, this door kind of leaks too, so it's a lot better than the other one, but you know, it's still kind of leaky. So, and I kind of would like to throw a heater in here. You know, I just don't know what to do. I mean, I like the one that, you know, Savage Namor showed me, that runs off, you know, any kind of fuel. Well, you can get diesel, of course, too, but I mean, if I'm going to have all this power put in here, why not just get like one of those electric heaters, you know? But like a really good sized one, you know? I don't see why those wouldn't heat. You know, and I could keep it on a steady temperature too, and it would keep it decently warm in here. And in the summertime, it probably wouldn't really matter. But then I probably would want a damn air conditioner. But this shop ain't no high-end shop, you know. So it could be turned into one, but you know, it costs money too. So, so yeah. Well, I'll try to get something figured out, boys. I do have to kind of start saving up some money because I gotta get this freaking tractor thing figured out. See if I can get the tractor have a plow put on that tractor. Retire the other winchy dewey, you know. Well, it's a little better now. It's just sitting for a while, but we'll just keep it off. I think the screen's clean. Like, I'll clean my. It's not dirty, really. It's fine. So this probably just didn't get any sun for today. So, but yeah, but at least you guys know that the solar panel is getting light. It's getting, you know, juiced because the light has been running. You know, I turned it off now because it seems to be dying. So probably didn't get its charge for today. So whatever, it's fine. So, yeah. Well, I don't want to, well, yeah, I don't want to freaking drywall it and insulate it yet because I got to get power in here, you know. Since she's just, you know, a skeleton right now, I might as well just keep her like that and then let them do their thing, and then I'll just tell them to, you know, route the wiring right so I can insulate the shit out of it, and it should be good. I don't know what R factor or whatever I should go for the insulations. I know you can get up to like an R13 or something, you know, the heavy crap, but what do you boys think I should put in here? I think higher the R number, the better. And knowing me, I'm going to want probably the highest that I can possibly get. So, but I don't think I'm going to insulate it here, like right here. I'm probably not even going to sheetrock this or anything either. And probably not here either. Because I got this crap. Well, you could. Yeah, you probably could, I guess. Because these are just hung on with, you know, screws of any size. So, oh, actually, yeah, you probably could, I guess. But, you know, it's a lot of work. I'd rather get, you know, at least get this wall done. But, you know, I'm going to wait till they get, till they can find me a power company that will put some power in here for me. And I do think I'm probably going to get the plasma cutter too sometime. I could go with a miller. The miller does have one too, and they got a tiny little guy. Sure, it's a tiny little fucker, but you know, at least it would do it does the job. So I wouldn't need a high end kind of or super high tech, you know, plasma cutter. So, but yeah, it would be nice. So I might try for it sometime. I do have to start saving some money because, you know, in order to get power in here, you got to have money to pay for it. So I'm going to try to save a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to get the cabinet Dewey for the welder yet. I mean, what's wrong with me putting the welder on the floor for a couple of times and welding on the floor? You know? So, and plus when I am done welding, it's just going to go right back up to the house anyway. So, I do have it saved in my cart, so it'll always be there. Or not in my cart, but in my wish list. So if I ever want to order it, then I have it right there. Well, it is in my cart too, but I might take it out because I don't think I'm going to buy it. So I will later on, but I think I better just not buy it right now because I need money for other crap, and I want to get that crap out of the way. So, but yeah. And I guess as far as I know, people, the welder is 80 amps. I guess as far as I know, I don't know. The plasma cutter, I think that's only about 20 amps, so it's not bad. So I probably would be okay with just a regular outlet Dewey, you know. Air compressor is about the same. I think that's about 20 amps. So the main thing is the welder. That's the thing that takes a lot of freaking power. And you know, like I said, Savage No More thinks it's, you know, 80 amps, you know, around there. I'm sure it is. I don't know what else it would be, you know. I'm sure it's sure in hell wouldn't be 125 because, you know, geez, that'd be a lot of power then. Well, all you can do is that if it's not big enough, you just call them back and you just tell them to put in a bigger one, and there you go, all right? I don't think you would have to upgrade the wiring, but we won't insulate the walls for a while yet until I know I got everything, you know, sitting right. And so, damn camera, my freaking hand's all freaking frozen. So I gotta undone my hand, Christ. So let me know what you boys, I guess, well, you can let me boys know what you think of the, I guess, making my own table, welder, or steel table, I guess. You guys let me know what you think of that. If you think that's a good idea, or if I should just buy one. I kind of do agree with 00 Strike, or Strack, or however you say your name, buddy. And you know, I do like the idea, but you know, that's going to be a lot of work. So yeah, but I Did find a, like I said, I did find a cart and everything for the welder, but now I just got to find one for the plasma cutter. I guess you could just get the same one as what you got for the welder too, I guess. It would work just as good. And I'll look around a little bit more yet, but I should be fine for right now, but I gotta remember to stop at the hardware and pick up some more bolts and crap. And I'll probably pick up a few more of those clamps too. You know, should have enough to last me for a while, but you never fucking know, right? So, but yeah. Yeah, and I might probably sometime take this Dewey apart. This thing here, this is just like some shelf. Well, it's just two thingies, and of course then there's a ladder under here. Well, I'm never going to use the ladder, so I can burn the ladder. But I got some other crap up here too, you know, and I'm thinking about just getting rid of it all. Except the Christmas deers, we'll keep those, and the heater, we'll keep those. Everything else could go. I think I'm going to shorten those quite a bit. And then I'm just going to put my trimmer up there. I think it would fit. That would save me some space too. And plus, I think the shop would feel a little bit bigger without these damn things hanging here, you know, and I do hit them. I don't know if I'll show up in this. Well, I really hit this one, I think. Yeah, I usually hit this one pretty good. You guys probably can't see it, but I'm hitting it with my hat, you know, and if you stand up real good, you're going to, you know. So we got to make those Deweys shorter. I don't know what I'm going to cut, what I'm going to use to cut it, but I guess I could use the handsaw. Those fuckers are just nailed on. I think I'll probably just screw it together, get some screws too. Yeah, I might get some on payday too, see if I can get me some spools. I'd probably need about 1 inch. You know, 1 or 2 inch long. No, maybe longer than that. I don't know. Decently long anyway. I'll know if I just eyeball it. And then we'll cut these dudes, make them shorter, and I can put my trimmer up there. Then I can hang some other stuff too. I'm kind of liking the idea too that if I get some like C-clamps or vice grips, you know, then they can just fit, you know, you guys can't even see it, but I'll go to this one. Then you can even just, you know, smush them on there and they'd be good, right? See, it's just nailed into place. I'll leave it there. I'll just take this off, make this shorter, and then make this shorter. Enough so I can at least put my trimmer up there. And I do have this homemade shelf. It's not nailed on there or anything. It's just, you know, kind of just sitting there. I got some stuff up there. It should be fine. And my here's my air tool tape. So getting some more stuff in here, boys. But yeah, so I guess that's it then for now. Do apologize for a long video. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll be getting the cart and that thing anytime soon. Just because I gotta remember too that I gotta get power in here. That's kind of the main thing. So I think I'm just gonna start saving up a little bit of money, and then at least so I can at least make a down payment, you know, for it. And then you get good, you know, good enough. So, but I suppose, guys, I'm gonna take off for today. I do apologize for a long video. I know how it goes, blah blah blah, and stuff. So, so yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, tubes. See you guys later.